So if you're an employer in Singapore, chances are you've heard these letters thrown around: SEC, EEC, and CTO. But what do they actually mean for your business, for your team? Well, today we're going to decode these three really powerful government grants. They're designed to help you build a stronger, more inclusive workforce, and you'll be surprised at how simple it all is.
Let's just ask the question straight up. Are you leaving money on the table? I mean, these government grants are literally designed to give your business a boost, but you can only benefit if you actually know how they work. So we're here to make sure you get every single dollar you're entitled to. All right, so we're going to break down these three key schemes: the Senior Employment Credit, the Enabling Employment Credit, and the CPF Transition Offset. I promise, by the end of this, you'll know exactly what they are, who they're for, and how your business can benefit. First up, let's talk about the SEC. This one is all about recognizing and, more importantly, retaining the incredible value that experienced senior workers bring to the workforce. It's a direct incentive from the government to support this vital group. So what is it really? Well, think of the SEC as a wage offset that gets paid directly to you, the employer. It's there to help with the costs of employing senior Singaporean workers. It's designed to help with hiring and keeping older employees on your team more financially sustainable for your business.
Okay, so who's eligible? It's actually super straightforward. Your employee just needs to be a Singapore citizen, be 60 years old or more, and earn less than $4,000 a month. That's pretty much it. The only other thing on your end, you just have to make your CPF contributions for them on time. That's it.
And for doing that, what's in it for you? Well, between 2024 and 2026, you'll get a wage offset of up to 7% for every single qualifying senior employee. And listen, this isn't some small, one-off thing. It's a significant, recurring credit that directly lowers your payroll costs. Okay, next on our list is the Enabling Employment Credit, or EEC. This scheme is a bit different. It shifts the focus from experienced workers to inclusive hiring, giving you real support to create a more diverse workplace. The goal of the EEC is so simple and honestly so powerful. It provides a wage offset to encourage and support employers, like you, who hire persons with disabilities. It's a recognition that an inclusive workforce is just a stronger workforce, and it gives you concrete financial backing to make it happen. Now, the eligibility here has a few key differences, so listen up. First, notice that it includes both Singapore citizens and permanent residents. The employee needs to be at least 13 years old and officially supported by SG Enable. And just like the SEC, the wage ceiling is that $4,000 a month mark, and of course, timely CPF contributions are an absolute must. The financial support here is massive. We're talking a wage offset of up to 20% of an employee's monthly income. Now, it is capped at $400 a month, but that is a very, very meaningful contribution to your payroll for each eligible employee you bring on board. And wait, there's more. There's an extra incentive here. If you hire a person with a disability who's been out of the workforce for at least 6 months, you get an additional 20% offset for their first 9 months of employment. This is a huge boost to help people transition back into work. All right, on to our third and final scheme, the CPF Transition Offset, or CTO. This one tackles a really practical concern that every employer faces: managing the rising costs that come with CPF contributions, especially for senior workers. The CTO is basically a buffer. You know how CPF contribution rates for older workers are gradually going up? Well, this offset steps in to soften that financial hit on your business. It's a temporary measure designed to give you some breathing room to adjust. Eligibility for the CTO is really broad. It applies to any employee who is a Singapore citizen or permanent resident and is aged between 55 and 70. And as always, the key that unlocks all of this is making sure you've paid your mandatory CPF contributions on time. So what's the magic number here? It's 50%. The CTO offsets half, 50% of the increase in employer CPF contribution rates for that year. It directly targets that extra cost and says, hey, we'll split it with you, which makes the whole transition a lot more manageable. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get to the most important part for any busy employer, the how. As in, how do I actually get this money? And I've got some really, really good news for you on this front. This is the question that's probably been on your mind this whole time, right? Is there a mountain of paperwork, complicated forms, super long application cycles? What do you actually have to do to get this money? And here it is, the best answer you could hope for.
There is no application process. I'm going to say that again. You do not need to apply for any of this. The payouts are calculated and sent out automatically by IRS. It's designed to be completely seamless. Seriously, your only job is to employ eligible people and pay their CPF on time. That's it. IRS handles everything else. They do the math, they compute the amount, and they send the payout straight to your business bank account. It's a truly hands-off system. So when can you expect to see the money? The payouts happen twice a year. For the wages you pay out in the first half of the year, from January to June, you'll get the credit in September. For the second half, July to December, the payout lands in March of the next year. It's a nice, predictable schedule. Just one final logistical note. This is all digital. Payouts are made electronically through Giro or PayNow Corporate. They won't be issuing any checks, so just double-check that your business is set up to receive electronic payments from the government. All right, we've covered a ton of ground. So let's just zoom out for a second and lock in the most important points that you absolutely need to remember from all of this. If you remember just 3 things, make it these. Number 1, it's automatic. No applications needed. Just pay your CPF on time. 2, the support is targeted. These schemes are there specifically to help you hire and keep senior workers and persons with disabilities. And number 3, this is a crucial one for your accountant. These payouts are considered taxable income, so make sure you declare them.
So we're going to end not with a statement, but with a question for you. Now that you're armed with this knowledge, now that you know this financial support is just waiting for you automatically, how might this change your hiring strategy? It's a powerful incentive to go out there and build an even more experienced, diverse, and inclusive team.